we're bailing. Gotta bail. So I'm up north, way the hell up north, and we're bailing here. These rather large windrows. These were raked a couple, 3 days ago, so they settled down. But as you can see from the bales, we're not doing too bad. Yeah, not doing too bad at all. So we've bailed, between me and Therese, we've bailed over 100 bales now on this, you know, right here. Now I was hoping to get 200 bales up here, but I don't think we're going to quite make it. We're really pushing to get this hay made now because I just want to get onto the soybeans, and I don't want to be combining soybeans and baling hay at the same time, because we don't have the manpower to do it right now. So Mushroom Barn's only taking 3 loads a week, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. 3 loads a week for now, because they've got too much inventory, and I don't blame them for wanting to downsize inventory, because last year they had a couple of fires, and that's never good when you're burning your inventory. So we'll just 3 loads a week for right now, and then we'll bump it up to 4 or 5 or whatever. I got to talk to the wharf manager once because there's a lot of smaller mulch producers that they run out. They get to about March, April, and they're completely out. So if I can stretch them, that'd be okay. Now here she comes. I got a hot engine, 8530, baby. Oh, she popped the string. Having problems with one knotter. And it's popping that string, so she's a little hot. It could be that twine is no good. If you have one string that's snapping and none of the others are snapping, it's a faulty ball of twine. And don't think that you can't have faulty balls of twine, because it is a thing. We call those faulty balls, right? Now, we generally have good luck with this baling twine. This is Titan twine. Titan twine's really good. I like the Cordex Agri. I think that's really good twine. It's easy on the baler components. Crone twine is really good twine, except it's hard on the baler components. It'll wear your knotters out. So you got to find a softer twine. Tama twine, I kind of want to try Tama twine, but I can never get together with Tama. I know George Saunders, he had a Tama twine contract, and so he got net wrap. I don't think he did anything with baling twine, but he did net wrap. And I was kind of looking for that same thing, because he loved the net wrap, and I've heard good things about Tama, and maybe I would work with these baling twine manufacturers. I did use Armando Alvarez twine. Armando Alvarez, not Alpha-Rex, Alvarez. Armando Alvarez twine. And that was okay. That was good twine. The problem was they could never get me what I needed to do what I needed to do. They wanted me to do a video series on it, and I needed to have a bunch of twine. You want me to do it, you're going to give me a bunch of twine to do it with. It's not like it's going to break the bank, but they didn't want to do that, so Armando Alvarez didn't get twine through my channel. So things are going pretty good. I should probably not say that again, but it looks like we're gonna, yeah, it looks like we're gonna have more than we had last year. We did about 145 bales here last year, and I'm right about 130 bales right now. 130, let's see, That'd be 60, 120. So we're at about 120 bales now. I've got another 20 bales, and she's got another 20 bales, so that's another 40 bales. So that'd be 160 bales. We could do better than that. I did not put fertilizer on this year because of the type of grass that it is, and it responds, but it doesn't. It responds, but it doesn't respond that great to fertilizer. It needs to be fed. So if you put fertilizer on this in the spring, it would be all gone before this type of hay starts to grow. This is a warm season grass or native grass. Big blue and switch is what it is. And you'd have to put it on, say, in July, August. No, July. It doesn't start to grow until June, so it'd be June, July you'd put it on. Now, if I put the organic fertilizer on it, it'll really grow. But anyway, yeah, a bunch of bales out here. Beautiful country up here. I've got 225 acres of corn up here, or 200 acres of corn. About 200 acres, 180 acres of corn up this way. And I was really disappointed about midsummer because we didn't have any rain. And, you know, it's like, that's 4 years in a row of drought. I was really getting quite disgusted. But, wouldn't you know it, wouldn't you know it, we got rain late up here, and that kicked that corn into gear. I don't have really tall stalks, but I got corn. So I'll take that. So I'm going to look at it a little closer here in the coming days because it's not drying down yet. We didn't plant it until the 10th of June, or the 8th of June. So it was later planted, which was a blessing because if I'd have planted it sooner, we would have had a pollination problem. And I didn't want a pollination problem. So I was pretty happy with what I did with the corn. Now, who knows what it's all going to yield, but I suspect we'll do all right. I got 360 acres of corn this year. 360 acres of corn, 840 acres, I think 840 or 868, no, 700 and some, because I've got a couple of farms that the deer completely cleared off. And that's why I'm really sour to deer. I may not plant any soybeans next year at all. I'm saying I'm not going to do it. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure yet, but I'm kind of counting on not doing it. I'm just disgusted this year. Whoops. Anyway, that woman goes faster and faster than me. I don't know why, but I don't have the horsepower she's got is what it is. When you get into these hills, and you can't really tell there's hills here, but there's hills here, it just eats this tractor. I mean, she's only 190 horsepower, 191 horsepower, the 8120, whereas that one there dynoed at 374. Dynoed at 374. That's at the power takeoff shaft. So that one's got a lot more snot. And believe me, when you hook into something with that tractor, you know it. It's got power. That's a beast. I love that tractor. But I love all my tractors. You know, that's one thing about a farmer. He just loves his equipment. I've got an investment opportunity, and the investor that I'm talking with wants me to sell some dead wood pieces of equipment so that I can invest. He says you'll make more money. You'll make more money selling those things at a loss from what you paid for them and investing right now than you would have if you worked them from new to worn out. I was like, yeah, well, I don't doubt that. This farming right now is a terrible proposition. Terrible. I wouldn't even recommend it to young kids. If a young kid came up to me and said, oh, what's it going to take for me to get into farming? I would tell them, you know what? The only aspect of agriculture that anybody should be looking at is agronomy and any supporting. But to actually be the guy that's sticking seeds in the ground, Now is not the time to do that. Now is not the time to do that. And a bunch of assholes are going to say, oh, well, that's Trump for you. Nothing to do with Trump. It has everything to do with the lost Chinese market due to Joe Biden. Yeah. You see, when Trump was in office, he forced the Chinese to buy soybeans and corn and Milo or sorghum. And now, you know, Chinese are like, up yours, we're not doing it. So it'll come back as tariffs, and, you know, it was just a false promise by every leader. And Donald Trump's not perfect, don't get me wrong. He's not perfect, but at least he's trying. That's what trying to help us, not hurt us. Joe Biden did everything in his power to hurt us. And that's a fact. That fuckwit son of a bitch. Anyway, he's got the right disease, ass cancer. And I hope it hurts. That's all I can say. And that ain't very Christian-like of me, but he's the devil. I think we're recording. Alright, so you know how I love abandoned places, and there's plenty of them around here. This building ain't in the greatest of shape, but you can see the hand-hewn beams. When I say hand-hewn, that just means that they were cut with a flat axe, bang, bang, bang. They take a round log and they cut them till they're square. These are more than likely chestnut. More than likely. Those are just who knows what. Yeah, the bigger beams. Those there, you can see they did not do a very smart job about that, because they kind of, yeah, that's not too smart. It broke there, but I'm probably taking my life into my own hands here. I wonder how you get up there. There's got to be a set of stairs around here. Let's see what it looks like in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, ow. Now I've never been in here. Oh, look at that. You know what that is? That's for in a fireplace. It's the grate for a fireplace. I wonder how the heck you get up there. Now, somebody had something going on in here. You can see that there's paint and stuff, and an old chain. There's tile. These are floor tile. That's all right. That's kind of cool. Oh, there's a dead body in the corner. I mean, no, there's no dead body. It's got tin, but somebody had a little workshop in here. What else they got in there? Yeah, I don't know how you would get up there. I guess you climbed up the side. There's some paintings and 1, 2, 3 primer, groundhogs, probably some raccoons and stuff. An old record or something they shot at. I know that thing is shut off. I thought the hydraulics are still on. Well, there's no stairs to get up there, but there's stuff up there. There is stuff up there, like old poultry stuff. Oh, now I'm interested. Normally there would be a ladder or something to go up, but say I climb up here. There's old canning jars, bowl of mason. What else is here? Yeah, that's got to be old poultry stuff. Well, let's get adventurous. I have to be adventurous because I just can't not. My 53-year-old ass climbing up in here. All right. So that's exactly what it is. Poultry feeders, chicken feeders, old ones. That's about all I see up here, but it's dangerous. I wouldn't even get up there. There's old wheel bearings out of Model T. Holy smokes, that's exactly what they are, out of Model T axles. Right over there. I'm going to zoom in. Maybe you can see what I'm talking about. You see those rusty rollers over there? They're out of Model T axles. The bigger ones are for the rear axle, the outer axles. The smaller ones are for the drive shaft in the tube. Now that's neat. You might wonder why I know that. I do know that because I have a Model T. Now let me get down from here now. Never too old for an adventure. Alright. Let's see if we do that. Why is that thing wanting to do that? There we go. Let me flip you all around. There's an old barn here. Now, the old man that owns this, he told me that they milk cows in here. His wife's family did. There's hay in there, but you know, there's hay in here, right? I'm standing on a wooden thing. I don't know when this hay was put in here, but that actually doesn't look like it was that long ago. Ooh, the floor ain't so good. If I fall through, I guess you get to see my old ass go falling through. Oh yeah. Oh, look at the old beam scale. An old beam scale there. What a shame. It's all no good. The floor is pretty soft. If I go falling through, I guess that's not going to be good. You know what I need? Oh, I need for mine are the weights. I've got a beam scale, but these weights are pretty. Here's a weight. That is a 100-pound weight. They usually hung on the back. This is probably the same model that we had. Yeah, I still have ours. Agway oil. Ag regrow something or other. For sale by owner. I don't know what they were selling, but they sold it. Oh, you can tell the barn is just collapsing. This was not dairy, that's poultry. There's chicken stuff everywhere here. Well, let's say we go downstairs. Yeah, see, when I was telling you about ladders, that's what you would get. You'd get those round rungs, and you would go on up. And again, these were cut on a circle mill. This barn isn't as old, but look at the length of that beam. It's pretty long. Pretty long. Ooh, that was soft. I might have went through. Anyway, let's see what's down there. Oh yeah, there were stairs there. So that's how you would get down in there. I guess if you wanted to stash a body, that's where you would go. That's where the stairs were. There's a little sailboat right there. I know that's been there for a while. I left the hydraulic starter on that thing. Because it's kind of noisy. My wife's probably calling me on the radio, wondering where in the hell I'm at. I don't even have my phone on me. So yeah, that's what she looks like. I'm surprised somebody didn't try to steal this copper. This is actually copper. Yeah, that is copper. So a lot of this stuff, it used to be just copper plated steel. Hold on a second. I will find out if it's solid copper or not. Let's see. Yep, solid copper. Solid copper. Maybe not. Hold on a second. Let me do that again. No, it's not solid copper. It's copper plated. You can see the plating. It comes off there. So that's not worth anything, so nobody stole it. Ow! Sticker bush got me. And it ain't letting go. They can come in here. I don't think it's going to fall down on me, but there's that set of stairs and some ugly ass freaking spiders, and I absolutely hate spiders, so I'm getting out of there. I hate spiders. Holy shit, I hate spiders. And if there's one on me, I'm going to lose my shit, because there's something on my ear. Yeah, just make sure ain't nothing crawling on me. I don't mind snakes. I don't mind lizards. I don't mind a lot of things. But I hate spiders. I just absolutely hate spiders. Anyway, yeah. Look, the worst thing in the world would be if one of them big old yellow garden spiders was on me. Because I absolutely 100% despise those things. right, here we go. Off to the next one. Let me get that thing out of my pocket and go ahead and film Teresa baling in a few minutes when I'm done with this other farm.